Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Carte Black Edition. Today we're gonna be reacting to the undesirable or desirable truth. It's a guy, he does like street interviews with different women, sometimes men, and ask questions about relationships, try to get people's input in real time. So we're gonna react to it, kind of see what's going on out here in these modern dating streets, for lack of a better term. So let's see what they're talking about.
How old are you?
19.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why should a guy date you?
Well, I put them as my number one priority, loyal, and I don't entertain any other guys. They have my full attention.
And you think a man values loyalty the most in his woman?
Yes, 100%.
Why would a man want that?
Because why does a man want to...
Let's stop for a second. So one thing she said was she doesn't entertain other guys. So I think often we get confused by what that means, the entertaining of other guys or the women, whatever it is you're entertaining. Entertaining means they send you a DM, you respond. That's entertaining. They flirt with you at work, or they send you like a little text because whatever you got going on, and you respond. That's part of the entertaining or entertainment process. So for her to be aware enough to understand, like, she don't entertain other guys, means she knows that entertaining other people in itself is detrimental to a positive relationship. She off to a good start.
A girl that talks to 50 million other guys.
So if we were dating and then you had a guy slide in your DMs and he said, "Hey, you're beautiful," how would you respond to him?
Rude.
Wouldn't.
You wouldn't tell him, "Sorry, I have a boyfriend,"
I
nothing?
wouldn't respond at all. I'd send it to my boyfriend, and I wouldn't respond at all.
See that? That means she's untouchable.
What?
Like, if you send her a message and she responds, the entertainment begins. You could be a good source of entertainment, you could be a bad source of entertainment. But if she responds, there's entertainment regardless. Her not responding is a response.
Gives you that mentality?
Because I want the same respect. So I'm going to respect them to have that same respect in return.
So you're a man, if a chick DM'd him, he should act the same way.
Yes, 100%.
What if your man was like a gynecologist and he worked around women all the time? Would you feel a type of way about that?
If he gave me a reason not to trust him, then yeah. But if he gave me every reason to trust him, then no.
Now, I ain't trying to talk nobody intelligence, but some people might not know what a gynecologist is and why he brought that up. So a gynecologist is the doctor that specializes in the health of vaginas. So they're the ones that do like the pap smears. You know, they putting a little tube up there and opening it to see what's inside. So what he's saying is, if your guy is the doctor responsible for looking at different vaginas on a daily, would you trust him? But that's his job. That's his means of income. I think they make a good amount of money, and they got to keep it professional. We trust him, and I think her response was pretty cool. Like, if he ain't you no reason not to, I mean, he's looking at it from a different lens, because he's literally saying, you know, different vaginas every day, all day, and he getting paid to do it. You know, he might have a different outlook on it, but that's a conversation for another time. Let's see what she's talking about.
Excuse me, ma'am. Quick question for you. Do you think it's okay
right.
to date a man for money?
All right, before we even start, and he didn't ask this wild question about, do you think it's okay to date a man for money? To each his own. The dynamic I want to set before we even start, before he even get to talking, I can kind of see it is, you got the attractive friend, and then you got the opposite of the attractive friend, but they're friends, and I put quotation marks on that, hanging out together. So we're going to see what she got to say. But just understand, when you have these dynamics, when you have an attractive one and unattractive, the better of the two usually bleeds over onto the lesser of the two. Let's see what she's talking about.
100%. I think if your man doesn't have money, you should leave him.
Because
So
you
why
broke,
wouldn't
she
you date a
gone.
broke guy?
Because he's broke.
See?
I
Took
need
the
to
words
be
out of my
able to
mouth.
go out to dinner. I need my nails done, my hair. I mean, like, we need stuff.
I mean, but I think that if he treats you right and he's got like a plan,
Maybe if he
you
has
know?
a plan to make money, but like if he just plans on being poor and living off me, like I'm pre-med. I don't need some poor ass man leeching off me.
So if you met a guy and
Poor? I wouldn't meet a guy that was poor. I wouldn't meet a poor man. I only meet rich men. I look on Wall Street.
so you don't think that
I think I stopped it at the perfect angle. You see her friend with the USC shirt on, knows her. Okay? She knows she's probably the girl that she done took her on 2 mans, just needed a sacrificial lamb of a friend to do whatever. Because she really wanted to get with who she wanted to get with. She supposedly only meet men on Wall Street. Again, not assault, no intelligence, but Wall Street is the stock market capital. It's pretty much the financial capital of the world because that's where all the trading and stock market organizations exist on Wall Street. She only looks on Wall Street to meet the man that she's attracted to or that I guess supposed to be attracted to her. Now, she's in college and she gives me, she went from high school straight to college. She's pre-med. I don't know how many years of school you got to do. I think it's like in total 12 when you count like residency and things like that. But I think she's no older than 25. And that's, unfortunately, generally speaking, this is the best she's going to look. And her mindset is already, I only talk to rich men. I'm pre-med. You got to get my hair done, nails done. It's more than that we have to get done. And the problem is you're hanging with this more naturally attractive female who's probably about the same age as her, and it's rubbing off, and you're thinking y'all the same, and you're thinking that we view y'all the same. And when I say we, I mean men or anybody that's attracted to you as a woman. We don't view you all the same. No one's, if we had to pick between the two, let's keep it real. We picking the friend with the belly button out, with the heart chain, with the USC shirt on. Nobody's picking goddamn the humanized Shrek. Fuck out of here.
puts you in a gold digger category?
100%, I think it puts me in a gold digger category, but I think if you're pretty enough, it doesn't matter.
And you think the
I
men
think if
watching
you're
this
pretty
would
enough,
agree
it doesn't matter.
that
True, you're not
worth
pretty enough.
100%.
the
yeah.
wanting that man to spend and spoil.
Yep, 100%. Cause like, why am I gonna spend all my money on a man? I'm a surgeon. Like, I finished school already. Why would I spend all my money on a man?
And that's what you're doing right now?
Yes.
That's where you work. That's the field you work
Yes, I work at GMH.
Well, he didn't ask if you were gonna spend your money on him.
Well, he was saying, why would I marry a poor man? I wouldn't, because like, why would I spend all my money on my kids when I could spend it on me? And the husband should spend it on the kids.
How long have you been married?
Did you see let's run it back for a quick second. Did you see the fine friend came through like, that ain't what he asked you, ugly? And she had some stupid ass response talking about, well, why would I spend the money on the kids? Nobody even mentioned the kids. You brought up the kids. Then you said, well, the husband should spend the money on the kids. And I spend my money on whatever the fuck you spend it on. You need to shut the fuck up.
Almost 4 years.
almost 4
Together
years.
almost 10.
As a married couple, how do you handle the bills in your household?
We don't share finances.
Yeah, we don't share finances.
We just kind of divide things up. We split up our rent, which in New York City is lofty, and then he pays some bills, I pay others,
There you go.
and we kind of just, ebb and flow.
So you don't have a joint bank account.
No.
No.
But if you're getting married, why wouldn't you merge everything?
I'm gonna guesstimate some things here. She don't know about the money that he spends on them young girls when he go to Vegas, tricking off, and he don't know about the money she spends when she tricks off on them young dudes. And it works. It works.
So everybody sees what's going on?
You got to have some
Exactly that
individuality, man.
reason.
Exactly that reason. You got to have that individuality, man.
We both work really hard. We like to, be
Work
able to
hard,
spend
play
our money.
hard.
We
They
don't have
definitely
kids.
work
We
hard,
just
play
have
hard.
2 dogs.
So hold on. What you're telling me is your relationship is healthier like this.
100%.
It doesn't cause any
Yeah, it
problems,
doesn't cause any
no.
problems. You see us smiling right now.
Yeah.
You're smiling here.
And
this
sometimes
man.
we joke, you know, if one of us is more liquid than the other at the moment, then the other one kind of steps it up a little to help the other out, and it just, yeah, it kind of works.
Well, who's the breadwinner between the two of you?
Equals.
Equals. Actually.
Equal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, he's like,
Is
"You're not
this
doing
putting
good
your
for my
channel on
content,
his
man."
head? I don't
He's
know.
like, you want us to do stand-up? We'll do stand-up, man. We do it.
Are you ladies single?
And you know, I ain't see too many flaws in that one. He does what he does, she does what she does, and then when they're together, they do it together. And that's the energy I got from that specific interaction that it just had. It seemed like, who's the breadwinner? We equals. Now, I don't think they both making the same exact dollar amount, but when it comes to, for the sake of the question, we're equal. That's how we're going to put it out here to the world. And we ain't changing it up. And they seem happy together. And seem like it works. Let's look at these two right here, though. See what they talking about. We got, see what they talking about. Old girl kind of. Let's see.
Yes.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Why am I single? Well, my mother's been asking the same thing, but honestly, it's just because I don't really like the options that are out there. Or the people that I've seen.
So the men that are going for you, you don't want them.
No, I really don't. What?
So the men that are going for you, you don't want them. You have to ask yourself, why the men that you want aren't going for you?
Listen, not all guys are bad. I will say that. But the ones that I've met, no, I would not date.
But what about them don't you like?
Honestly, just a lot of guys right now are sluts. So I don't know how else to say
You
it.
don't value a man with experience with multiple women?
It's not that, it's how he would value me and treat me that I don't really appreciate.
So you want a good guy, not a bad boy.
Yeah. I feel like I've healed from a lot of just friendship and relationship issues. And so it's almost like I'm so healed where that just, I'm not even into
She's
that
strong as hell.
anymore.
She should have played
So you
fucking
were
Abby
into
on The Last of
bad
Us 2.
boys in the past.
No, honestly, what happened was I think that they were really sweet and nice, and so I'd give them a chance. And then they didn't, and I kind of found out why they were so sweet and nice, and then I was like, no, thank you.
But if you're looking for a good guy now, like, you don't.
When she found out why they were so sweet and nice, and now she's like, no, thank you. When she found out why they were so sweet and nice. What the fuck that even mean? That kind of sounds like she found out they couldn't get no other girls, or I don't know, maybe they had a little dick or some shit. Let's see what she's talking about.
You don't think you'd get bored with him if he's just so nice to you and he puts you on a pedestal?
No. I mean, I'm not a prize pony. He doesn't have to put me on a pedestal. But no, I wouldn't get bored. I would enjoy that. It's really, I don't like
She talking about her breath too, like,
the
nah.
toxicity. I
Nah.
don't. I wouldn't
Sorry,
not.
come on, every
I would
time.
not enjoy that.
So what was the most toxic thing about your past relationship?
Our arguing. We argued about everything.
How would you argue?
Him going out, me going out, just me not going to school, like everything.
So
Why is that an argument? Take your fucking ass.
He graduated from Clemson. Yeah, my Instagram pictures, he got kind of mad about that, but that's another story.
Well, what you have on Instagram?
He's way out of his league. Yeah. No, I love him. Anyways.
I love him. You see the motherfucking chicks in the background putting their 8 cents in and nobody fucking asked for. Only reason it's 8 cents, not 2, is because inflation is real. You do the math. And then they going out separately, him going out, me going out, the shit I put on Instagram. Whole shit. Let's go.
What'd you have on the gram?
Okay, so I posted on my Instagram me with like rolled up jeans, which is like a trend. Like that's fine. It's not a thing. But he got really mad that my jeans were rolled up, and he said that only he should see that.
So like, was it all the way up to like your waist, or?
My jeans were unbuttoned, but they were rolled down. You get what I'm saying? Like the jeans were too big for my waist, so like I rolled them down once, and he got mad because I'm skinny.
Okay, but why do you feel like that was appropriate to post?
Because I saw other girls doing it, I guess. It was like a trend.
See what I'm talking about? Influence.
And if I feel comfortable doing it, then I feel like it's fine. It's insecurities.
Okay. So ultimately, did you end it with?
So if I feel comfortable doing it, that means it's fine. All right. Let's take that into like other situations. I feel comfortable flying down the wrong side of the road 100 miles per hour. You should be fine with that. I feel comfortable hopping in 100 girls' DM even though we're together. You should be fine with that. I feel comfortable taking money out of your bank account when you ain't looking, using your card, and you should be fine with that. Right? Right.
With him, or did he end it with you?
I ended it with him.
What gave you the courage?
My self-respect. My self-respect.
Black girl.
If I was your man, what would I have to pay for?
What do you mean? Just in general?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like meals and stuff. I do like that if we're going out on dates and stuff. But like nails and stuff like that, I don't expect like my man to pay for. Things that like if I'm working and I can get it, I'll get it. But if we're going out on a date or stuff like that, I definitely expect the man to pay for that.
That's fair.
Let's say we move in together. Are we splitting the bills 50-50 down the middle, or do you expect me to foot the whole thing?
Oh my word, I don't know. I think I need to like get into my career a little bit before that, see how much I'm bringing in, see what we can split.
So how do you feel about...
I've got like $3 in my bank account right now. And I'm paying for no house.
$3 in her bank account. She an attractive friend. And that's why she wants you to pay for the meals, because shit, how is she gonna eat? Especially with the way things are going right now, you can barely get a damn cup of noodles for $3, but she actually keeping it modest and keeping it humble. But she got a Gucci purse though. $3 in your account. Let's go, USC.
So how do you feel about this statement? My money is our money, your money is yours.
To each their own.
To each their
To
own?
each their own.
So you'd spoil me too if I was your man.
Personally, like in relationships that I've had, I guess the man normally will pay for like meals, stuff like that, things to kind of make me a little happy, and I'll pay for him for things that like I know will make him happy. I'll go out of my way, get little gifts and stuff like that, because it makes me happy at the end of the day if I see that that makes him happy,
Would you date a man who only had $3 in his bank account right now?
If he could treat me really good, yeah.
I ain't gonna treat you good.
How much did your husband spend on your wedding ring?
I don't. Are people gonna hear this? A lot of money.
Over or under 30K?
Over.
Over 30,000?
Yeah. I told you I felt guilty. I told you I told you he was a good man.
Now be honest. He does that as a gesture for you.
Yeah.
What does he get in return?
Well, I'm a doctor. But no, I shouldn't have said that. I'm a loving wife. I gave him a beautiful child, beautiful baby. I love him and support him. At the early part of our marriage, it was him supporting me in my career. Now I've made partner and I've done all my stuff. And now his career kind of had to just go with the flow. And now we're at the point where he can kind of pick and choose. I feel so guilty saying that, but he supported me and I'm very thankful for it.
So how do you feel finding out that he spent that much on it for you?
Embarrassed, but I wasn't gonna turn it down. Listen.
Country's
How
hell,
old are
turn
you?
it down.
25.
Are you single?
No, I'm married.
How long have you been married?
About 2 months.
Do you have a joint bank account with your husband, or do you keep things separate?
We're separate. Fully separate. We have a joint credit card, but we're
the hell is a
separate.
joint-
Everything else.
Why not join it? I mean, you are married.
Because I have my money and he has his money.
So how do you feel about this
Sick as
statement?
hell too.
His money is your money. Your money is yours.
Yeah. He makes more money than I do, so he pays for more rent than I
This
do, but we
goofy
still have our
motherfucker
own
won't
separate
bring it.
monies to spend however we'd like.
But let's say,
Entire
God
crew.
forbid, he lost his job.
Okay.
Would you be willing to foot the bills?
See, this is that shit I'm talking about. This is that hating shit. She had no reason to come out of nowhere. Shout out to Desirable Truth. She had no reason to come out of nowhere on some bullshit. And if you look at that in the real life scale of things, this is the blockage. Like, dog is sitting there trying to, ask her some real questions and get a real input, and she come out and jump on her. It's almost disrespectful because you don't know who he is, what his position is, but whatever he had to bring to the table, whatever he was asking or offering, didn't matter to the point where you came and jumped and interrupted the whole ordeal or situation. Ladies, watch out for your friends because they might not want you to win in the end. Again, this has been another episode of the Cardi Black Edition. Tap in and I'll see y'all next time.